Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Firstly, thank you so much to everyone who watched our last video, which was kind of a long story about how come we come to be
And it
living
was an
in Bulgaria.
amazing response.
Yes, yeah, it was great that everyone watched it. So many great comments, and it's really interesting that people are interested in our story about how come we're living in Bulgaria, being as well. We lived in Wales for many years, and I'm originally from New
New
Zealand.
Zealand, yeah.
So we thought we'd make another video that's more about coming to Bulgaria, moving to Bulgaria, or any new country, um, and you have a young child. And for us, main consideration coming here was that we were going to be able to send Nix, this is Nix, to school. Nix is 8 now, but when we came here, she was still 5.
She was 5, almost 6.
And having her be able to go to school was really important for us. I know a lot of people move to new countries and want to homeschool. For many reasons, which we'll go into, we wanted Nix to be able to go to school here. So Nix is now in her 2nd year of school. So we'll sort of talk through the process for us in Bulgaria about how we got her into school, because it's a bit different to how it was in the UK.
It is different to the UK, and even the school structure is different. Like, how you start school, what age, it's different.
Yeah. So when we came to Bulgaria, as I say, Nix was 5, and you'd already been going to school in the UK, hadn't you?
Yeah. Living in Wales, they start school at 3. They start nursery, and so she'd already been three years in school.
Yeah, or two and a bit years, because she'd started a half day sort of nursery, and then she was in her 2nd year. And I mean, you were going great guns at school in the UK, weren't you? A lot of friends. In fact, a lot of Bulgarian friends, because next you had a lot of Bulgarian friends in Wales, didn't you, at school there?
Lots of Bulgarians in Wrexham, and from other parts of Europe as well. And so I would say half of Nix's class were probably Bulgarians and
Polish people, which was wonderful.
So it was nice to see that, obviously, because we'd already been going to Bulgaria at that point, because obviously we'd been coming to Bulgaria since Nix was 1. So obviously by the time she started school, we were familiar with a little bit of the language, enough to greet people on the schoolyard.
Yeah, and I think the good thing was Nix going to school in the UK, given her that structure, she was used to going to school. She was used to obviously getting up in the morning, getting a uniform on, doing all the things that she has to do at school, and being part of that class structure. But when we came to Bulgaria, school starts at a different time here. Children go to school full time from the age of 7. So it was kind of a perfect time for us to come when Nix was 5, because she could go to what's called Detska Gradina,
Kindergarten.
which was kindergarten here in Bulgaria, which I think children start from about 3 as well.
Yeah, I think you can start. It's not like a mandatory age at 3, is it?
No, but I think
you have to do the last 2 years.
Yes. But of course, it's obviously being a kindergarten structure. It's a lot more based around play and drawing and crafts.
I would say they started that too, because
they
look very young.
Some really young kids.
I think if you are a working parent, you have that opportunity to, because they have lots of staff, and I think probably kids from a lot of ages, they are prepared to look after kids from young.
But essentially, Nix, we enrolled Nix, and that's obviously something to speak about as well. The enrollment process in school here, Nix required to have a residency card, which obviously we're resident here, so she had that. And then has a medical as well.
Yes.
So that was quite an important part, that every child that starts school here has to be registered with a doctor and has to go through the same medical. And it was pretty comprehensive. She had to, go to the hospital and have, basic checks.
Yeah, the nurse knew as soon as you say, it's for Detska Gradina, she knew what she needed to do, just basic tasks, like a bit of a blood test,
Yeah.
other things, but very simple and easy.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And you have to
But it was all, I mean, it was really good because it means
It
that all
embarrassed me.
all the children start school. They all are on the level playing field, as in all the children are registered with doctors. They all have the same health check. So before they go to school or Detskakradina, the kindergarten, they've all gone through the same process.
yeah, and you hand that paperwork over
Yeah.
to the school.
And also, crucially as well, they have to have their all their inoculations. They have to have vaccinations. So
Yeah.
obviously, coming from the UK, if people are familiar with the UK, you have a red book that the children's vaccinations get updated in. That needed to be up to date for her to start at the
Yeah,
school.
and I simply just photocopied it and gave that in.
Yeah.
That was enough to
Yep.
I didn't need like official record from the doctor.
No, they just needed to obviously see that her vaccinations were up
Yeah.
to date in the country that obviously would come from. So once we went through all that and obviously filled in the paperwork, it's kind of incredible because the first day we went to actually speak with the headmistress at the kindergarten, obviously there was a complete language barrier to start with because we couldn't speak Bulgarian.
Yeah,
at
we
that
had
point.
help at that point.
Yes, we had a
with
friend who speaks
Yeah.
Bulgarian. It was Thomas, I think, came to help us.
Thomas.
But you could see how keen they were to have Nix as a student at their school or at the kindergarten. I think it's very important for them, obviously, to be welcoming to everybody, all languages, all nationalities. And the one thing I would say is they treat the children like little kings and queens.
Yes.
They I don't know. It didn't seem to be the same in the UK. I know every teacher there obviously always looks out for the kids, but here it just, I don't know, it was on a different level.
Absolutely, you can tell how much they love children. Just adore them, and it doesn't matter what day it is, they welcome them with the same energy every day.
I could just see it by the food.
Oh,
They-
yes.
they
Well,
fed
that's the
her
other
well.
thing. And
No, it was big.
yeah, but they have a full catering kitchen, a full staff that are cooking for the children every day, and it's really incredible food. It's, I would say, sort of like restaurant quality food.
Oh, you can smell it.
It's all
being
fresh
cooked
ingredients.
in the morning, and it was
yeah.
pretty good. And I'd read the menu like every day. Oh, what day is it today? Oh, she's got Leicester. Like all that stuff, and
So
it's introduced her to Bulgarian cuisine as well.
Absolutely, it's all the traditional Bulgarian food, and Nix really enjoyed the food at kindergarten, and she found all her favourite foods there.
Yeah.
And they're fed many times a day. They have a breakfast when they arrive.
Lunch, snacks.
Yeah, snacks in between, fruit in between.
Lots of fruit on
Yeah.
there.
You used to go, first you have like the breakfast, and then after you do some drawing, you get fruit, and then finally you get the lunch, and then you go to sleep, and then you get your clothes on, because
Yeah, after
we would
sleeping.
put pajamas on,
Yeah.
and then you would just eat this like another breakfast.
Yeah, it's that's the other thing. They have a classroom that has beside it a little bedroom, and all the children have their own bed, so they have their pajamas there. And after lunch, they have a sleep. And as Nick said, then they get up and they have some more food, and then they come home.
Breakfast.
Breakfast.
You said it took you a while to get used to having a sleep in the middle of the day, because
'cause-
obviously at that point she wasn't having naps because she was like 5, 6. In the UK we don't tend to do that, but I
Yeah,
think
you just-
sometimes you got used to it, didn't you?
Yeah, sometimes I used to really like knock myself out and just like go asleep, and I would need everybody to try and wake me up.
So yeah, I think the kindergarten structure was absolutely fantastic, and admittedly, as I say, the kindergarten was really, really keen to have Nix there, and they tried their hardest initially because it was hard for Nix early on because she's going there.
I didn't know the language.
Exactly, but I guess playing with kids is a universal language. So she made friends quickly, but of course it was still a bit tough because she was still learning the language just by being around it all day long in the class. But I know the teachers, really did their best to really help
because there
Nix.
was
And
one teacher that is an English teacher,
Yes,
so
yeah.
she spoke English, and there was a boy as well that had come from the UK that was in a higher
high
year.
class, yeah.
So they got him to like kind of be with her for a little bit, just to
Yeah.
make her feel comfortable.
Yeah. But I think very quickly Nix made friends, and obviously through things like songs, there was always a lot of music, wasn't there, and
Yeah.
singing, and poems and things. Nix was able to sort of start speaking the language, maybe not understanding it. And the Detska Gradina always had a lot of little shows and productions they put on for the parents for various different...
for holidays.
Yeah.
Like first I was just like pretending that I knew sign language. I was just like
But Nick started when once we had her enrolled. She started about 3 months after we came to Bulgaria, and she just turned 6, I think, hadn't she? It was just after her birthday.
Yeah.
Or just around the time of her birthday. So
we've been here for about 2 months. I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
So she was starting around the time she was 6, and I think for about the first, I guess 3 months, was it 3 or 4 months?
Yeah, she started near the end of the actual school year, but with Detska Gradina, you can go
all the way through the
during
summer holidays.
We kept her in during the summer holidays so that she had that structure of seeing kids and speaking the language. And then they start properly like school again in the September.
Yeah, and that was the time when Nix, they had they did a little show, and for the first day of school, which is obviously a ceremonial day, and they put on a show for the parents, and of course they're welcoming the other new little students that are coming into the kindergarten. And during that show, Nix played the sun.
Yeah, I remember after that day. And then I just knew the language.
Yeah, well, Nix was kind of like the main. Yeah, she was the sun and had her own little bit to do
little
and
dance,
poems
and things.
It was crazy.
Yeah, it was amazing how after just sort of this 4 months of where it was tough for Nix, and to be fair, every day she went 100% attendance. I know some days she was a bit sad because it was really hard, in that initial stage of not being able to understand people. But when she did that that show in the middle of September, which was the official start date of the next full year of kindergarten, it was as if a switch went. On that Friday, she did the performance at the kindergarten, and on the Monday, she was just so happy to be going in because suddenly it was like a switch had gone in her brain and she could understand people. And I've never seen anything like it. It's so crazy that from that point on, she was able to speak, able to understand people, and obviously her language has only sort of improved from that point.
I just didn't know even what I was saying. I just started speaking in another language.
It just started coming out.
Yeah, it was just.
I opened my mouth and out it came.
So the amazing part then was obviously that was because she'd gone to the kindergarten through the summer period where it was not sort of really structured learning or anything. She then started her what would be her final year at kindergarten in the lead up to going to school, and that's when they do some workbooks and things like that. They start getting used to actually writing and having some more structure to their day. So the final year of the kindergarten is a lot more structured and focused on getting the kids ready for school. And she excelled at that, so much so that, she essentially hadn't done the required amount of kindergarten in Bulgaria to go to school, but obviously went to school with really high marks. They said her language was perfect for starting school.
Yes.
They obviously praised her for a lot of other things. Because,
she had a really good report, didn't she?
Yeah.
Probably because I started learning that in
the UK. I suppose you had that structure, didn't you?
I was really good at math because first I was in kind of half of my second year.
Yeah.
And I was just learning all of those stuff.
And of course,
I was good.
You love art, so you're always doing a lot of painting and drawing.
Yeah.
So essentially at that point, she got a great report and she was able to be enrolled in school. So it meant that she moved on to school with all her friends from kindergarten, of which a few are in her class.
Which obviously, again, that she already has that friendship group. So even though it's split into 3 groups in her year, she had a good amount of her friends in her class.
I even made a friend that was Ukrainian.
Yes, absolutely. Well, you've got like
That's-
a
yeah,
really
yeah.
diverse group of kids in your actual school.
Yeah.
So sort of fast forwarding a little bit, then obviously she, was able to start school, and so she has started school, and she's now in her second year at the local school. It's great. It's 7 kilometers away for us, but we have a school bus, which does come every morning, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, it carries more people in that bus, and it goes faster than our car.
Super modern school buses, and you've got an awesome bus driver.
He's so
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
And who do you think your bus driver is?
Oh, he played Santa in Christmas
Yeah.
last year in Purvey class, and he was like, "Who?" When we had a picture with him, he was like, "Get here."
And you knew who he was, didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah, and then he gave me the first treat, so I was like, he smiled at me like my bus driver. He's definitely my bus driver.
So you have a lovely bus driver. You have a lady who also goes on the bus, one of the teachers. So they have
She-
like kind of a bus monitor.
She takes note of all the kids that have got on the bus and
Yeah.
make sure they're probably getting into class, like school, safely, isn't it?
Yeah, that's for like Detsko Gorodina, because we have a little Detsko Gorodina, like
Oh,
nice
at the
part
school.
of
Within
it.
the school, yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
So
What's that?
the
What?
bus comes in the morning. It's pretty early start because school starts early here. So we walk down and get the bus about 5 to 7 in the morning, I think. So
That's
it's
when
pretty
it
early.
usually arrives,
And
yeah.
and so next thing goes into school, and it's an 8 o'clock start at school.
I'm
Yep.
so used to it. I can't. After it's like the point of that on the weekends, I just can't go.
You still
I-
get up that early.
Yeah.
You can't sleep
Like
in.
I can't sleep in.
So next has an early start, and then school actually finishes quite early. It's around about 1:30 or 2
After
o'clock.
lunch, but
Yeah.
she stays afterwards because they have an option to do all of their homework within school.
With a teacher.
I
so,
do it.
Yeah. So we thought that was a good idea, and obviously that also exists for parents that are working because it
Yeah.
means that the children stay at school till about 4 or 4:30. So it's an early start. It's a slightly later finish, but it means that when Nix gets home, she has no homework. Her day is her own when she gets
Yeah.
back here. So it's
And she has, she could do her homework at home, and obviously, when she has had homework that more than she could finish in school, we help her with it.
Yeah.
But it's always best to be around someone who is the native speaker of that
Yeah.
language that can make sure that translation, because I have to use my phone sometimes for big words, and I'm not 100%. Like, I can't put my faith completely into Google,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
so
I've never trusted it.
it certainly makes it easier that she can stay on and do those additional 2 hours at school, where it's pretty relaxed. You have a different teacher, don't you, that comes in to do the sort of revision work with them.
Yeah, because my teacher has a kid.
Yeah, well, that's
she
it. She's
does.
got to go home to her own child, doesn't
Yeah.
she?
Yeah.
Because Detsko Gorodina finishes quite early.
Yes, it did finish earlier, didn't it, at kindergarten?
Mhm.
So Nix is going great guns at school, and I mean, you really love your teacher, don't you?
Oh yeah, she's so nice.
And you have the same teacher for 4 years, so
Yes.
so Nix will have the same teacher right from her first year at school all the way through to the 4th year, which
Yeah, and
I-
then we start having a different one.
yeah,
Because she needs to go back to Purvey class.
Back
Yeah.
to back to the
number
beginning.
1, yeah,
Yeah.
grade
Or
1.
she won't have anyone to.
Plus, that's when high
Teach.
school properly starts, isn't it?
Mhm.
After fifth grade is high school, is it? Or
Yeah, I
not?
guess
Yeah,
it will be
5th
around that
grade.
time. Yeah,
Yeah.
5th grade starts, and then you go all the way to
it'll be
12th.
12th grade. Yeah,
And this is all in the one school. In bigger cities, you will have multiple buildings. Like you
or
can
different
have
high schools. Yeah,
different high schools and stuff. Whereas, because obviously we don't live in a big city, it is just the
Yeah.
one building. But I'm sure she could.
well, she can because there is quite a popular residential high school structure here. So a lot of kids actually go away sometimes to a different city and live there at
Mhm.
14, where they go off to maybe a specialist high school. So
For their
That-
specialist, their interest
Yeah.
that they want to study. So they'll still learn maths.
Yeah, all the core
Yeah,
subjects.
yeah.
But here, there's a lot more of a structure where there'll be high schools that specialise. So if a child has a special aptitude in
Like
music or dance or arts,
like
computers,
and it'll
sport,
even be more specific within that. It's not just like computers in general.
yeah,
It'll be like one specific thing to do with
yeah.
like technology. It's amazing.
And there'll be a specific high school just for that. So
Yeah.
if your child,
For boys?
there's for all sorts, yeah.
For golf.
For golf high school.
Maybe I know there's like football, but I don't know about golf.
So, it's been really important, as I said at the beginning, to have Nix be part of the school structure here. One of the real positives for us has been that it's helped us quickly become part of the community. A lot of the parents that we've sort of first met almost 3 years ago now, when Nix was going to kindergarten.
We know new parents.
Yeah, but those parents are now people that we see in our community.
Yeah,
they know us. They know our daughter. Our daughter's friends with their children. We're invited to other kids' birthday parties and things like that.
Yeah, like I'm invited to Lily's birthday party.
Yeah.
It's gonna be at Paradise.
Yeah. Now,
I want mine to be at Paradise.
Okay.
for us, I think that's super important. Is that becoming part of the community. It's kind of easy, I think, when we live here and we've got, a fair bit of land, and we've got obviously a big, most houses in the village here have big walls at the front, and you can live within your own space and not really deal with a lot of other people. But with Nix going to school, it's really had us become part of the community.
We had a routine straight away, basically, leaving the house, because she didn't catch a bus to kindergarten.
No,
we used to take her every day.
Yeah, so we see all the parents every day, and you get to know people.
Everybody sees your face every day. You see their face. Zdravejte,
Yeah.
dobro utro. Like you get used to using these words repeatedly as well.
Yeah. This just switched out a memory in my brain. I remember I used to. There's like once I used to go into the classroom. I used to just zone out, and just like someone just like would click me, and then it would be like food in front of me.
Oh, one of the best memories, was it?
Yeah.
Well, actually, the
on
food, they still get fed really well at school as well.
Yes.
Even though Nix takes a packed lunch, they also have full meals at the school that they go to as well. So they're taken care of really well at school. They have a really good program, educational program here.
Oh, and also they've upgraded the the little how do I explain? We have these like little breakfasts that are packaged.
Oh yeah, the little Zakusta.
And then you like bring it if you forget your breakfast.
Yeah.
So they also upgraded that to pizza sometimes.
Oh right, the options for breakfast, you mean? Because they would get like a pre-packaged like banitsa or like kifla.
Oh, and I think they're taking a little bit of banitsa from the detsko gradina, because I remember I put it on the radio, and then it's our little pechka.
She warms up her banitsa on the radio.
Yeah. Everything I want it. Yeah. And it tasted just like flashback. That's so good.
It was exactly like you think it comes from the same place.
Yeah, it probably does all come from the same place.
And going back to sort of being part of the community, we obviously see all the parents and all the kids take part in, as I mentioned before, a lot of like little shows that are put on the public holidays and important days for Bulgaria. The kids are always doing songs and poems, and all that has, as I say, helped us as a family become part of the community. But it's really quickly helped Nix just become like any other Bulgarian kid.
Yes.
She speaks the language fluently now. This is just early days of her second year. She's one of the top students in her class.
Yep.
I think she finished top in her first year in school of her class. And this is, a child who, 2.5 years ago she didn't speak the language, and now she's excelling at school. So it's wonderful that she's been able to sort of pick up the language so quickly, but it was important for us to get her in school as quickly as possible to ensure that that happened.
Yeah, because it is a critical like age, like at some point it's going to be too old and it's going to be a slower process. Of
Yeah, although
understanding.
there are a lot of Bulgarian tutors here that can work with people of all
Oh,
ages.
yeah.
So I wouldn't sort of say it was a problem to bring a child who was older, but I would say that you'd want to do a bit of preparation with, if you can have
Definitely.
some language lessons with your child in advance, or when you're here, maybe have some additional language lessons, because obviously if you're a native speaker of another language, you're coming here, you have to do the lessons in Bulgarian.
Yeah, that's it. I think your child should be the main prior. Like your child shouldn't be taking a step back.
Oh no,
just
absolutely.
because ultimately we are the adults. We chose.
Yeah, for sure.
We have moved our child.
But we need to make sure that
Yeah.
her life obviously progresses, as well as it would have if we'd stayed in our
Yeah,
home
of
country.
course.
Yes, still good.
Yeah, there's so many pluses, obviously, as we spoke about in our other video about, moving to Bulgaria. There's so many pluses for us living here as a family. And one of the pluses is the fact of how good the school is. We've been very lucky with the local school, how good all the support structure has been, how well Nix is treated, how well she is doing at school is important.
Like
And that's, of course, down to her that, Nix works hard as well. Nix actually has a head start now as well, because in the second year they get to choose an additional language that they can start learning.
And I'm Angliski.
Yes, so the choices were Russian or English. Nix chose English because she already had a head start with that. And then as she progresses in school, there are even other languages that she will be able to learn. I think generally it's like German is an option, Spanish is an option.
Maybe
I think French will be an option.
So European languages.
Yeah. So I think it's important that, the focus really is on a lot of languages here for the kids in school. So it'll be good, obviously, as she progresses, that she can actually, try some of these additional languages and learn them when her, brain is able to learn these languages easily.
Yes. And, as a parent, every parent's goal should be your child should be better
Number
and
one,
smarter than you.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
And I feel like this choice, already she is a bilingual child.
Yeah.
That is already a step ahead of like us two growing up.
Absolutely. And it's kind of strange, and I say this all the time, that, Nix is 8, and, I live in the house with my daughter who speaks 2 languages, one of which I can only just understand. And it sort of boggles my mind a bit that all this has happened within just 2 years. That 2 years ago,
fast.
she was still, only an English speaker, and now she's able to speak in the native language of Bulgarian. So for us, it's been amazing, and it's helpful when we're out and about. Because Hannah's really good with Bulgarian, but I must admit, for me, it's easy sometimes to, if someone's speaking and I can pick up the odd word, but I'm missing the point, Nix will say, she'll tell me what's being said. Oh,
and
great.
also, one of the things, I have to go get the waitress and ask for the bill.
No, that is not a have to.
No.
We in a restaurant setting, I would say we are 100% able to do. Like, I can order, ask for anything. It's just so that she gets that social skills. Like I would have done it even in the UK.
Yeah.
Because you want them to be able to go out and do these things by themselves. So that's more of just teaching you how to be a person in the world, Nix, not because you speak Bulgarian.
Mum, I've always done this stuff. I've
know.
always been smarter than you.
Who ordered dinner yesterday?
I ordered my drink.
Oh, your drink. Who ordered everybody else's drinks and dinner?
Because you didn't tell me to.
No, that's it, because I don't. So you don't have to.
I think it's important, that Nix is using her language outside of the school setting, because that's the other thing, I guess. You can get used to probably just using the same words a lot of the time. So it's great that we can obviously go out and about and we can have Nix, make sure that she is speaking in Bulgarian when we're going to a restaurant or going to a shop. And asking, yeah, exactly. Asking for what you want, because it just gets you speaking Bulgarian just out and about all day.
Yeah, not just within school or with your friends. Actually interacting. Again, I think that's an important thing for wherever you live in the world. You should be getting your kids to do these things because
Yeah.
it's social skills. It's
Yeah.
nothing to do with the language, really. It's social skills.
So you've made some great friends at school, haven't you? Yeah. And as I say, some of those friends have come through from the kindergarten. So it's been great that she sort of had that little friend group that are now progressing through school with her.
Mhm.
And as I say, it's just been so important for us to be very quickly part of the community through Nick's going to school, and obviously just getting to know all the other parents and, parents of kids similar age to Nick's. So
Mhm.
such a plus point. I would really encourage people to consider having their child go to school if you sort of relocate to a different country, because there's so many more pluses for you as a family just than your child is going to school. It's great for socialization. It's great for, as I say, the community aspect. It's great for us as a family. It's great for language skills. It's just going to sort of help everyone in the future.
Of course, and it will be tough at first. You can't just. It's not going to be 100% like. It's going to be tough, but you have to get over.
Yeah, once you're over that hump, it's
and then it's like,
it's such a short-term thing.
And also, like, I'm on the second
floor of your school.
Second floor, and everybody else is downstairs.
Well, when you're at first grade,
like,
first grade you're downstairs. Second grade you're the next floor up.
No, some people stay.
Oh, did they? Oh, I see.
And also, all the different study classes are downstairs, so I'm like meeting everybody else.
Oh, because you're on a second
set
floor.
Of people upstairs. I understand what you mean now.
I think Nick said actually that their class where she is now, they have to really behave because you have have their school offices right across the hallway from them.
That doesn't stop my class.
Oh, wow.
So, do you want to say something in Bulgarian? Yeah, so everyone can hear how amazing your Bulgarian is. Maybe if you just say that you love your school and you love your teacher and you love your friends.
And introduce yourself in Bulgarian as well.
Yeah, there we go.
Just do whatever.
Yeah.
Аз съм Никс, обичам учителището ми, имам много приятелки и...
Your teacher?
И госпожата ми. Това е.
Awesome. There we go.
Yeah, I think we covered everything basically.
Yeah. I mean, by all means, if people are sort of relocating and want to ask any questions, definitely just get in touch with us, because we'd always we can only sort of speak to our experience, but we can also just maybe tell people what's required. For example, if you were moving to Bulgaria and wanted to know what paperwork's required and stuff like that to send your child to school, we can only talk through obviously what we required to have and what we did, which is normal, but definitely ask any questions you might have, and we're more than happy to answer them. And thank you again for everyone who's been watching the videos and liking and subscribing. And if you watch this video and you like it, definitely like and subscribe. That's
subscribe it.
Yep. Okay.
Comment down
Below.
below.
That's it.
So
yeah.
ciao for now. Priятен ден.
Приятен ден, чао.